Hello friends, so today's topic is about the background of happiness, especially regarding the World Happiness Report. Okay, so in July 2011 UN General Assembly it passed a historic resolution. Okay, so in July 2011 first time United Nations General Assembly it passed a historic resolution, that is, so it invited all member countries of the United Nations to measure the happiness of their people. Okay, so it means it started to investigating about the happiness of the people in the member countries of the United Nations. Okay, so and by using the important principles regarding the happiness and use these to help and guide their public policies. Okay, especially for guiding the public policies of a particular country, so it started to investigate it and it started to measure the happiness of their people. Okay, so after 2011 July, United Nations General Assembly passed a historic resolution. Okay, so after completion of the resolution of United Nations General Assembly, so in April 2012, so first time the first UN high level committee was happened on the happiness. Okay, so especially on the 2 points, happiness and well-being. Okay, so first United Nations high level meeting on happiness and well-being. Okay, so here the first time the meeting was chaired by the Prime Minister of the Bhutan, because they started to evaluation of the happiness, so that's why here the meeting was chaired by the Prime Minister of Bhutan. So at the same time, so the first World Happiness Report was published. Okay, in 2012 April, so the first World Happiness Report was published. Okay, so after some months, so here OECD. Here OECD means Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Okay, so it started to giving guidelines for an international standard for the measurement of well-being. Okay, so especially the main aim of OECD is to promote economic cooperation and development among the countries. There are some countries which are the member countries of the OECD. Okay, so it also started to providing the guidelines especially for the measurement of the well-being in the society. Okay, so coming to the another point, that is reimagining the idea of happiness. So once there is one concept related to the happiness, the idea of happiness. So first one is searching for a happier life has been the ultimate aim or goal of not only the saints, seers and philosophers. Mostly the happiness is a word which always is spoken by the philosophers, the saints, seers. Okay, so not only from the philosophers, but so this is the important term and this is the important and ultimate aim of the economist also. Okay, so there are so many economic literatures are there. Okay, so especially these economic literatures on the progress, growth and development. Okay, so even though the ultimate aim of the progress, growth and development is bringing more happiness into the lives of the human beings. Okay, it means the overall the idea of happiness was evolved in everything, especially from the economic point of view. Okay, so here this became as the ultimate goal in the society, especially in the lives of the human beings. So over time, it means after some years, so there was a diverse ideological currents impressed upon the humanity. So to take a variety of meanings, it means there are some ideological differences between the terms. Like humanity is also to take a variety of meanings out of the highly subjective term happiness. So finally the humanity is different from the happiness, but here there was a diverse ideological impressions were there upon the humanity and happiness. So here there was a big question in the society. So many scholars and so world leaders, so they raised one ultimate question. So that is, are we happier today? So this is the main important question in that time. So especially this question came from the scholars and world leaders. Okay. So especially this question was evolved in the society during the 2011 and 12. Okay. So in that time, for scrutiny, it means for examination, for explanation about this question. So around the world, United Nations resolution of 2011, so it invited the member countries to measure the happiness of their people, and these important principles which helps the happiness, and they are using these important principles for guiding their public policies in the respective countries. Okay. So in April 2012, so first time the World Happiness Report was published, and it means so this was the first step to take an important thing, that is, we can say this is the interesting and eye-opening inquiry into the state of the human happiness in the world. Okay, so because before the World Happiness Report 2012, there was no happiness report, especially so this talks about the happiness and well-being of the people and the lives of the people. Okay, so it means the first World Happiness Report, it provides a very interesting and eye-opening inquiry into the state of human happiness. It means uh, and one more thing is to understand the shift. It means shift means the move or moving one place to another place. Okay, so which is expected to take place among the policy makers. Okay, so whenever the World Happiness Report 2012 it came into force, so it started. There was one shift, there was one movement, and there was one change in the society. So which is expected to take place among the policy makers, because on the basis of this report only, so the policy makers are trying to make some such policies regarding the happiness in the world. Okay, so it means there are some important changes in the coming years whenever there was a World Happiness Report in 2012. Okay, so there are some important ideas were lifted from the first WHO. It means there are some important ideas which are evolved in the first WHO, World Happiness Report. Okay, so the next class will discuss about the important ideas which are evolved from the first World Happiness Report. Okay.